In this video, we are going to learn how to draw your well based on your water well drilling report. In this section, we are going to learn about how your well is constructed, identify areas of concern, and then create a diagram of your well. These templates to use for drawing your well can be found on Working Well Alberta under the Resources section. In order to do the Draw Your Well exercise, you will need your water well drilling report. To find your water well drilling report, you can go to the Alberta Water Well Information Database, which is where all the drilling reports for the province are housed, and you can search for your drilling report on there. If you need assistance looking for your drilling report, there is a Working Well resource video on how to find your drilling report that you can watch and follow along with. If you try that and you are still not successful, you can contact the Groundwater Information Center at 780-427-2770 or send an email to gwinfo@gov.ab.ca. When you contact either the phone number or the email, please make sure that you have your legal land description, so your quarter section, township, range, and meridian, as well as your lot, block, and plan number if you live on any kind of subdivision, acreage, lake lot, anything like that. Okay, so once you have your drilling report and your template that you found on the resources section of the Working Well program, then you can start. So the first thing that you want to do is do the borehole. So on the first page of your drilling report, you have the borehole diameter information. So on there, it will say the diameter and the from and the to measurements. You can see that if you have a surface casing liner completion, you might have a larger borehole at the top and then a smaller borehole at the bottom. If you have a single string completion, your borehole will be the same diameter the whole way down. So when we're looking at our picture that we are drawing, you can just draw a line wherever the to measurement of the borehole diameter is to show where the bottom of your borehole is. Next, we want to add our casing. So if you have a surface casing liner completion, your casing for surface casing will be on the left-hand side of the report here under surface casing. You'll see there is a to measurement on here, but you won't see a from. The from is actually on the second page under distance from top of casing to ground level. So that means how far the casing is sticking up above the ground, and it'll be in inches. So it'll probably say something like 24 inches. Then if you have a single string completion, you might see your casing information on the right side where it says casing/liner, and there will be a from and a to measurement for your casing. So you'll know where the top and the bottom are just from this section. So if we take a look at our drawing, we've drawn a rectangle inside of our borehole that is symbolizing our casing. So you'll want to make sure you focus especially on the to measurement, which is how deep that casing goes in your well. Okay, next we enter our annular seal material. So this is the space between the borehole and the side of the casing and what it's filled with. So you'll find your annular seal information also on the first page, just a bit under the casing information. You'll see a material, a from, and a to measurement on here. So the from is where the material starts at, and the to is how deep it goes until. And then if we're looking at our diagram that we're drawing, you'll see we can shade in the side between our casing and our borehole of where that annular seal material is. You'll also see there is something at the bottom here of the annular seal, and this is under the additional seals. So under where you see your regular annular seal information, there might be something underneath that says additional seals, and if it says something like drive shoe or shale trap, you can put that in the bottom here. So this would be a shale trap, and this is preventing that annular seal material from going farther down in the well. Next, if we have a surface casing liner completion, we will want to enter our liner. So that is to the right of the casing information, and there will be a from and a to measurement in here, so you'll know the depth of the whole liner and where to draw it in. The diameter of your liner will be smaller than the diameter of your surface casing, and there's most likely going to be an overlap between the surface casing and the liner. So when you draw your liner in, you can just draw a smaller rectangle and then inside that surface casing where the overlap is. Next, we want to know how the water is getting into our well. So we want to add our perforations. So this is in between the casing information and the annular seal on our drilling report, so this blue section. It will have a from and a to measurement on here. So that's the depth of where our perforations are at. So these little slits, these are the perforations. So that's how the water is getting into the well. If you look, you can just draw those little ticks on your well to symbolize those perforations. Next, we want to flip to our second page of our drilling report and find our static water level. So this is where the water sits in the well when it's not being interfered with by pumping. So on the second page there in the yield test section, you'll see a measurement. So it probably says something around 25 or 30 feet here. And so that means it's 25 feet below the top of casing. So you'll want to enter your a line with an upside down rectangle on it to symbolize where that water level is. Next, we want to put our pump in. How is that water getting out of the well and to either our house or our barn or wherever the water is going to? So on the second page, there is a section with pump installation information. Now, not all of you will have this filled out. You might not have information in the pump installation section. So if you don't, and you do have information under recommended pump intake depth, you could use that depth to put the bottom of your pump as a bit of an estimate. If you do have pump installation information, there will be a depth on there of where the pump is located. So to draw that in, you want to draw a small rectangle. You can shade it in even to show that's the pump, and then a line up and out of the well. So that's the water line. So that's how the water is getting to wherever you need it to go. Last but not least, our lithology. So back on the first page of the report, we have our lithology section. So how the lithology works is there will be on your report, it will say 50 feet and then clay. So that means from ground level to 50 feet, the formation is clay. And then it would show 75 feet and say sand and gravel. So that would mean from 50 feet to 75 feet, there's a layer of sand and gravel. Now you might have lots and lots of lines of lithology and you don't want to sit there and enter all of them. If you don't want to draw them all in, that's okay. The most important ones to do is the ones that are beside your perforations or your screen, because that's the aquifer, that's where the water is coming from and coming into your well, and then the one at the bottom of the annular seal. So let's see if we're drawing it in like this. Important here, gray sandstone for beside our perforations, and then the shale for where that casing ends and our annular seal ends. So some examples of completed diagrams of wells. So we just did the bedrock one, so surface casing, liner completion, and single string completion. Now you might have a superficial well completion instead, and they're not super different in terms of how you have to draw them. So for a screen well, instead of having perforations, you'll see information under the screen section of your report on the first page. So you can draw in a screen rather than perforations. And then if you have a bored well, so this is a large diameter well, you'll see that it's a lot bigger in diameter than the other wells are, and it also has a filter pack here, and it has perforations just like the other ones that we did before. Now, if you want any more information on this or on any other working well resources, you can visit the website at workingwell.alberta.ca. We have workshop details and recordings, fact sheets, and videos, as well as contact information.